Greetings, my friends. I'm Andrea, astrologer. What a roller coaster this week was. I need to recon it, although we foresaw it quite well with a dip in the beginning of February, actually between 2nd, 4th. This happened indeed, and it really destroyed the sentiment and the hope in an altcoin season from what I see. But I think it is not so doom and gloom as it looks like for now. I do think this cycle will be different because we have the politics involved, and in the beginning there will be a lot of changes, like I mentioned, for February. Bitcoin hot in the news, so check my short if you didn't see it. Until the 12th of February, we might have this big turmoil that any news, today is like this, tomorrow is the other way around, and it affects the price like crazy. We got a almost 20% correction in any case, and then went up half of the decrease, so to speak. And I'm happy today on the 6th of February that I do see the markets recovering and really trying to touch again the 99K right now as I film this, and we have this hopeful Rahu-Jupiter aspect, which is in line with the Rahu-Pluto sextile at the beginning of the year on the 6th of January, as you remember, but this time it is in the Bitcoin chart, and it really shows explosive growth, which is Rahu in Jupiter matters, which in financial astrology is about the market cap. Now, how this really goes into the dominance of BTC, it's another story, but we will explore this as time goes on and it's relevant. Now, despite of the Mars out of bounds and still a retrograde, it's important to be patient and calm, because otherwise, in general, one doesn't have success with investing and trading. Just saying this because I see the sentiment is also, it's a lot of frustration and a lot of sadness, maybe. I do not know, but it's not all gone, I would say. So let's stay hopeful and optimistic. But the question is, after this, what will happen next week with this peak, turning in energy with Mercury going into the 8th house of Bitcoin, which is the house of transformation and crisis. That is really a fact, and it happens. So let's go into it. And as usual, I will give you a peek, a sneak peek at the astrology, the global astrology. Then we will go into Bitcoin, into Ethereum and altcoins with members, and we cover also the gold topic, the XAU index. So let's go. Global astrology in the mid of February. Actually, we cover this week from February 10th to February 16th, and let's dive into this. I really took note of all the transits because it's quite rich and I don't want to miss something, and I would like to give you an overview and an interpretation for each of them. So bear with me for this. I think it will be an interesting week. But first of all, before I go into that and tell you everything about this week, I want to tell you that it is important to never forget that the astrology of the weekend has an impact at the beginning of the next week. Usually it happens and a bit of it will be there. And the good news this time is that despite of the fact that we still have some negative influences that are more temporary at hourly level, basically we have overall positive energy at day level. So especially in case that we don't see much volume and we see the typical weekend consolidation or up and down, even with bigger volume, because we had some transfer of BTC, I believe, to exchanges. That is quite significant this week. So I think something could be prepared for the weekend. I filmed this again on the 6th, so we will need to see what happens. But basically, Monday should have a positive start because of the aspects from the weekend. So first of all, it's into the mix. Put it into the mix. Let's explore this in now for the whole week. And yes, I need to read it because there are too many. So let's see what we have. It is a Monday, February 10th. Again, I talk about the UTC time zone. The easiest is to configure your settings in a trading view for the UTC time zone, or when you convert with the time converter dateful, for example, or another one of your choice to your local time zone. UTC currently the location is London, England, UK. So I hope this is clear so that we avoid confusion, because sometimes I get questions saying, other days and so on, and I discover that we talk about New York actually. So it's important to have this in mind. We do have here a good view on Monday, which starts again with some positive energy from the weekend, like we said, and we do have that would be the background for the day, so to speak, from the weekend, also taking into account what happens for Bitcoin. And on the global astrology, we do have negative astrology for this day, and it is a Mercury square Uranus. And Mercury is about markets and news, and Uranus, it's the volatile fire that we have. And this is a stressful aspect that happens in the evening UTC time zone, and it can dump the market after it pumped it well, I believe, because this will happen. But we might get this fire in the second part of the day, or even next day. If the astrology is delayed with the positive aspects, this can happen the next day, February 11th. And we go now into the details for February 11th, which unfortunately are in the same tone of volatility, which is another dump that would be a flash dump, most presumably again around the evening hours for the UTC time zone, and it's a Sun square Uranus. Again, this comes sort of unexpected. Maybe it will not be even caught for the lower time frame TA. So be attentive, be cautious also on Tuesday. And I see it associated with some, again, regulatory political news, because Sun is politics and Mercury is this news and markets and trading. And basically, this happens at the moment when Mercury really goes into Aquarius, in the sidereal Aquarius. So it's like this 7th house of Capricorn that it crossed until mid-February on the 12th. It is really a point where it was a roller coaster because of the news. Now it will be a roller coaster also because it will finish, this transit. And I think, yes, something could happen again in the global macro that is disturbing. But it will not last long, because on the same day, again in the evening, the aspect is exact, but it's active at day level. So you need to see this as the energy of the day. It comes to the rescue with a mid-intensity green aspect, which is positive, a Mercury trine Lilith. So it's quite instilling adventure and risk appetite in a way for trading, but be really attentive not to get liquidated, because stop losses will be really difficult to set. If you are super skilled, maybe you do that, but it's this Uranus energy that can really dump it to levels that we don't really see. But if you noticed, BTC is really dumped to levels that are higher. So the lows are somehow higher despite of the whole disorder in the price action. Now on Wednesday, we do get a break on the 12th of February, but I want to warn for the ones that are trading Bitcoin that it is a red day in general, so be careful about that. So I would say that the first part of the week after Monday, it is a bit dangerous. But the landscape really changes on Thursday, on the 13th, when we do have a Sun trine Lilith. And this is in the global astrology, signaling again good news from government, politics, people in power. So it's about the Sun regulation, and Lilith, which is again this spirit of adventure, this risk appetite that is increased, and people really want to go for it, so to speak. And then on Friday, we do have really a break again for the global astrology, but it is pretty good, I would say, despite of some volatility. That's we get Friday, February 14th. I will tell you something interesting about it if you stay until the end of the video. And we have Saturday and Sunday, the weekend, with basically no day level global astrology. So this is what we have here, and it is in general, I would say, balanced, mixed, but it's more positive than negative, especially on a Saturday for Bitcoin. So I shared this with you as well, so that you are aware if something really happens during the weekend and there is volume and you still have some opportunity to trade, but do it with care. So I would say volatile dance in the first part of the week until the 12th of February, most likely. Again, all days are UTC time zone, and the other part is that from Thursday we should see again things going up. It could be that we do have big volume, I would say. Why? Because this Venus, and this is what I want to share, it's at a culmination point on the 14th of February, on the Valentine's Day, which is Venus. It's about love, relationships, and it is really a very bright star. So Venus is the bright night star on the night sky, and it has a maximum of visual magnitude, which means that if it's so bright, it will influence the prices in the markets, especially forex, so currencies and cryptocurrencies, in a powerful way. And this will be really highlighted by the fact for Bitcoin, I would say, that it is in the sidereal sign of Pisces, which is the exalted position. I know that in tropical it's already in Aries, and you might be aware of that because more of you follow the tropical astrology. But this is important for Bitcoin because it's in a positive angle with the ascendant. And whenever this happens, it is important for the view of the next weeks, because we will have this transit in Pisces in the next weeks and even months in the sidereal sign of Pisces, because Venus will turn retrograde, and this is very important to consider in terms of longer term influence that is really special. I think it will be, I don't know, I will check exactly, and I will make a video with more details on this, how long this retrograde period would really last. But in general, it will be beneficial for Bitcoin overall, being a protection layer to other malefic influences that still happen. So I hope this was interesting for you. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It helps the channel. And now I would like to go with the members in more details. And don't forget, with this Mars, be calm and joyful. See you.